Come over, pack with me. We are going away on a spa trip for just a few days, and of course, I'm going to bring more than I need. I'm trying out these new compression cube packing cubes, which I am really unsure about this. Like, do they actually save any space? I'm not convinced. I've loved my regular packing cubes for years, but I just don't know about this. But I saw them on TikTok and I was gonna try them, so here we go. But look at this. This is my pajamas, and is that any smaller? It doesn't seem all that much smaller to me, but never mind. Anyway, onto toiletries. I have this pretty much pre-stocked, but I want to put in a new toothbrush, and it has a bunch of my normal toiletries in here, perfume. Then I just need to add in a few things like cotton pads, and I always like to bring my own washcloths to wash my face with, so put those in there and zip everything up. And then I also want to pack my Dyson Airstray in the little pouch that's made just for it, so it stays all nice and protected. Wrap that up, and then moving on to my tech pouch. I also keep this pretty much stocked with everything, except I want to add my favorite portable charger, my battery pack, and then on to cosmetics. Just the Merit foundation stick, Dibs beauty stick, some Merit mascara, Summer Fridays in both the cherry and the pink, Kosas brow gel, and then the Benetint, and then my all-time favorite eyeshadow, the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Champagne, Rare Beauty concealer, and Charlotte Tilbury powder, which I don't really normally use, but I'm going to bring it, and then a claw clip, and I can zip that all up. And then I have a separate pouch for my brushes, and I realized later that I forgot my foundation brush, which would have been a disaster, so I added that. And then a few things like a laundry bag, stuff like that. And then because we are going to a spa, I want to pack a separate little bag with things just to bring down to the spa, like face soap, and then these are some other little samples of skincare, not my normal stuff, but they'll do in a pinch. Then I want to throw in a couple little hair ties, which I'll just add into this little front little pouch. And then also I want to bring a razor, a couple makeup removing wipes, also a little brush, a little wet brush will be perfect. And then I have a little bag to put a wet swimsuit in. And they'll probably have a lot of this stuff, but I just like to have it all in case. So I'm going to put all of this in a separate bag with my swimsuit. And I also want to take some slides with me. And then I always bring a robe with me too. They'll, again, probably have robes, but just in case there's any problems with their robes, I want to have my own because I'll just feel more comfortable. So I'll zip all that up in case we don't get to unpack first. And then I have a travel emergency kit, another set of swimwear that I'm going to put in another one of these cubes, which again, not convinced. Then for Cooper, I'm putting some of his kibble, treats, bones, things like that, and several of his toys in here, and he will be all set. I added a few more things later, like a sweater. Then this is my medicine and vitamins. And then I want to pack my car bag with my iPad, some emergency snacks because nobody wants to see me hangry, some sunglasses, my travel tech pouch. I also need a little pouch with feminine products, and then I'm also going to bring my hydro jug with me, but I'll fill that up in a minute. And then I want to try to pack everything into this suitcase. There's a little hidden compartment in the bottom, so I'm going to put most of the loose things in here if I can and play a little game of Tetris to make sure that they all fit, and that will do just fine. I'm going to zip that up. I still have one that doesn't fit, but we'll get to that later. Then on to clothes. I'm bringing, another robe, a couple long sleeve shirts, a couple sweatshirts in a few different colors, and you can see I like to repeat things. And then on the other side, I've got 4 pairs of pants, a couple sweaters, and a couple t-shirts. We're not going for long, but this will do. I just threw that packing cube in on top that didn't fit in the secret compartment, zip everything up, which is always a little bit of a struggle, but we made it work. And then I'm just going to throw my car bag on top and then fill up my hydro jug with water and ice. And then we're all ready to go. Wish me luck.